video that explains how Trump breaks the mold of traditional voting and how he follows some historical patterns.
This was the 2016 election, and these are the states that ended up voting against what they do traditionally. Why is that? Here's the first part.
People voted based off his personality and conservative policy.
Most of the headlines, including his name, are the most noticeable ones. His policy around illegal immigration is in rather eccentric nature. With his strong personality and what many people consider extreme policy, it is surprising that he got elected, especially considering the median voter theory, which essentially states political candidates would do better if they had a more moderate stance. We believe that this part of the reason he was voted was less because of who he was, but instead what direction the country had been leaning. In this case, left. This had been going on for a long time.
Our first example comes from the 20th century, starting out with the implementation of the New Deal, with its progressive regulation. Like creating Social Security for old people and banking regulations, this was popular initially, but then fell off. But this led into post-World War with Eisenhower's mild turn to conservatism. Then came the turbulent 60s with social reforms about race, sexuality, a new wave of feminism, and other liberal policies. There's also Lyndon B. Johnson and the Great Society.
After a decade of liberal change, Reagan came along, completely changed the game. He was the White Walker of economics with Reaganomics. He also built up the armed forces and escalated the war on drugs and did next nothing for gay rights.
There's this constant bounce back and forth when the country turns too far right or too far left. With the last 8 years, with Obama, the entire nation took a left turn.
All this. If the chart had gone like this for the last few decades, then it's bound to lean right again. Reagan broke the mapping trend too. All of the states highlighted turned red all of a sudden. So the trend is broken whenever there's a major change in political climate through history. Trump might be on that same trend now. Maybe he is the spearhead into another dramatic political change, especially with the increase of partisanship and polarization. These shifts are becoming more far left or far right.
The story is buried in history, and now it's about to repeat itself.
Now it might repeat itself.
Might. Can we still do the freeze frame high five?
I don't think we'd pull it off twice.
Okay, so how do we end this video?
I know. We Photoshop Mongurtis' face on a nail, nailing him, and then we put it next to a text that says nailed it, and then we put 100% next to that picture in big text.
Okay, that's not what we're... No.
Man, you're bad at ending videos.
Just no. I can't even handle that.
Alright, we're done! Yay! We did